With just $50 to spend, here's what keyboard for Mac I picked. Keychron C2. If you want a full-size mechanical keyboard that just gets the job done without any fuss, the Keychron C2 is an incredible starting point for the price. In my experience, the first thing you notice is how surprisingly solid it feels. There's a plastic blade, but it has barely any flex, which you don't always get in this budget range. The typing experience on the gate-around brown switches is great, giving that satisfying tactile feedback I look for when writing scripts or long emails. However, the board has a really high profile, and I definitely started to feel wrist fatigue during long sessions because it doesn't come with a wrist rest. It's also wired only, which is a bit of a bummer for keeping my desk setup clean, but it does mean you never have to worry about latency or charging. For anyone who needs a dedicated number pad and is upgrading from a standard mushy keyboard for the first time, this is the perfect no-nonsense choice. Keychron K2 V2. The Keychron K2 V2 is the keyboard I'd pick for a setup that needs to be compact and versatile. The 75% layout immediately freed up a ton of space on my desk, and what I loved most was its wireless freedom. Being able to instantly switch from my Mac to my iPad with a simple slider on the side is a feature I'd used constantly. Keychron clearly listened to feedback from the first version, as the V2 has a much more comfortable typing angle right out of the box, though I still ended up using a wrist rest. While the wireless connection is solid for typing and general use, I noticed a slight delay in fast-paced gaming, so competitive players might want to keep it plugged in. The standard ABS keycaps feel a bit basic and I'd recommend upgrading, but the core experience is fantastic. This is the ideal keyboard for a Mac user who prioritizes a clean minimal desk and moves between multiple devices. If I had to choose one, I'd personally buy the Keychron K2 V2 for its wireless versatility and compact footprint, which fits my multi-device workflow much better than a full-sized board. With $70 to work with, I'd choose these keyboards for Mac. Keychron K3 V2. The Keychron K3 V2 is the keyboard I grab when I want my desk setup to feel as clean and minimal as possible. It's impressively thin and light. In my experience, its main selling point is that low-profile design, which makes it incredibly portable and a great companion for a MacBook. The typing is decent, and if you get the hot swappable optical version, you can change out the switches, which is a nice touch. However, I did notice the ABS keycaps started to show shine pretty quickly, and the typing experience, while quiet with the brown switches, doesn't have that static, satisfying feedback I crave from a mechanical keyboard. The latency is also a bit high for any serious competitive gaming, but for productivity and daily use, it's perfectly fine. Honestly, this is the perfect keyboard for someone who is always on the move or wants a wireless keyboard that almost disappears on their desk, prioritizing aesthetics and portability over the top-tier typing feel. Aula F99. The Aula F99 completely surprised me. You don't just expect a keyboard at this price to feel and sound this good right out of the box. The first thing I noticed was the typing experience thanks to its gasket-mounted design. It has the soft, muted, and buttery smooth feel that's genuinely a delight for long typing sessions. It comes packed with features I'd expect on more expensive boards, like tri-mode connectivity and hot swappable switches, making it a fantastic starting point for anyone wanting to get into the hobby. My main gripe is the software. It's pretty basic, and the lack of VIA or QMK support is a letdown for anyone who loves deep customization. But for the price, the trade-off is more than fair. The Aula F99 is the easy choice for anyone who wants a premium-feeling, great-sounding keyboard for productivity without breaking the bank. If I had to choose one, I would buy the Aula F99 because it delivers a surprisingly premium typing experience and feature set that feels like it belongs in a much higher price bracket. If my budget was $100, these are the keyboard for Mac I'd go for. Logitech MX Keys Mini. If you want a keyboard that feels like an upgraded version of your MacBooks, this is it. The moment I started typing on the MX Keys Mini, my fingers just felt at home on the spherical dished keys. I was hitting my fastest typing speeds within an hour because the low profile and concave shape just guide your fingers into place. It's incredibly quiet, using scissor switches that won't annoy anyone around you, which I really appreciate in the shared space. The build is solid, surprisingly dense plastic that feels durable, and it connects flawlessly via Bluetooth to my Mac, iPad, and PC with a simple tap of a key. The smart backlighting is a nice touch, but honestly the battery life is the real star. Logitech claims up to 5 months with the backlight off. It's not for gamers due to high latency or for people who want a mechanical feel, but for pure focused productivity, it's a weapon. This is the perfect keyboard for the mobile professional or student who values silent battery life and the ability to switch between devices effortlessly. NuPhy Air 75 V2. The NuPhy Air 75 V2 is what happens when a mechanical keyboard and a laptop keyboard have a baby, and it's fantastic. Coming from flatter keyboards, there's a small learning curve to the totally flat profile, but the typing experience is in another league. The prelude mechanical switches give you this satisfying poppy sound that isn't obnoxiously loud, just full-bodied and refined thanks to the internal foam layers. It just feels more substantial and engaging to type on than any non-mechanical board. What surprised me was its gaming performance. Using the 2.4 GHz wireless receiver, it has a 1000 Hz polling rate, which is fast enough for competitive gaming, something the MX keys just can't do. Plus, it's hot swappable, so if you ever get tired of the stock switches, you can just pop in new ones without any soldering. This is the keyboard for the enthusiast who wants a superior mechanical typing feel and customization options in a sleek, portable design that works great with a Mac. If I had to spend my $100 on one, I'd buy the NuPhy Air 75 V2 because the customizable mechanical typing experience is just that much more satisfying for daily use. Here's what I'd buy if I only had $150 to spend on a keyboard for Mac. Logitech MX Keys S. The Logitech MX Keys S is the keyboard I'd pick for pure, undistracted productivity. It feels like the mature, no-nonsense cousin to Apple's own Magic Keyboard. The moment I started typing on it, I noticed how the dish keys guide your fingers, which genuinely helped me make fewer typos. It has this satisfyingly tactile yet incredibly quiet keystroke, making it perfect for office environments or late-night work sessions where you don't want to disturb anyone. I love that it's smart enough to detect my OS, so switching between my Mac and a Windows machine is seamless. The battery life is also a huge plus, lasting for what feels like an eternity with the backlighting off. However, I have to be honest, the backlighting itself is a bit of a letdown. It's pretty dim and only comes in white, which feels a bit lacking for the price. And while it's built like a tank, it's heavy and has no place to store its dongle, so it's clearly designed to live on one desk. This is the one to get if you live in spreadsheets and documents and value a quiet, comfortable, and reliable typing experience above all else. NuPhy Halo 75. The NuPhy Halo 75 V2 is a keyboard that's just as much about the aesthetic as it is about performance. It's genuinely stunning to look at. My first impression was just how beautiful it is. From the unique keycaps to the signature Halo light strip, it brings a lot of personality to a desk setup. But it's not just for looks. The typing experience is fantastic, with a satisfying sound and feel that's a huge step up from your standard keyboard. For my gaming sessions, the 1000 Hz polling rate in its 2.4G mode meant it was more than fast enough to keep up. The battery life is also impressive, especially with the lights off. My main gripe though is the wobbly spacebar, which feels a bit loose compared to the otherwise solid build quality. The bottom-facing LEDs can also be a bit distracting as they sometimes shine right in your eyes. Ultimately, the Halo 75 is for someone who wants a high-performance mechanical keyboard that looks amazing and offers a deeply satisfying typing sound and feel without needing to build it themselves. If I had to choose one, I would buy the NuPhy Halo 75 because its superior typing feel and aesthetic make my daily work more enjoyable, even with its minor flaws. Now, if I had $200 to spend, these would be my top keyboard for Mac choices. Keychron Q1 Pro. This one completely redefines what you can get at $200. I genuinely didn't expect a wireless all-aluminum keyboard to feel this premium on a Mac. The first time I used it, I was struck by the heft and how absolutely planted it feels on the desk. It's not portable in the casual sense, but on the flip side, there's zero flex when typing, even during marathon sessions. The gasket-mounted design adds this subtle, satisfying bounce with every key press, and the K-Pro switches make for a buttery yet precise experience, though the banana switch may be too stiff for some folks. With the battery, charging basically becomes a non-issue, and the switchable Mac to Windows modes are clutch for multi-device users. Wireless connectivity was rock solid in my tests, but latency won't impress hardcore gamers, so I kept it for work and editing where reliability mattered. Size-wise, it's compact enough for a bag but heavy if you're after clean cable-free setups and customization heaven. You'll love this. For me, the only nitpick is it's a bit tall. I'd pair it with a wrist rest for true comfort. Verdict: best for Mac power users, video editors, and anyone who craves build quality and customizability above ultra portability. Logitech MX Mechanical Wireless. These keyboards surprised me by being way quieter than I expected for mechanical. I could work late nights and never worry about disturbing anyone. The low profile is almost MacBook-like, so switching from laptop to desktop felt natural. Honestly, comfort is where this thing excels. Battery life is wild if you kill the backlight, but using the backlight drops into a couple of weeks, which is a trade-off. Build quality is solid enough, though it doesn't bring the heavy metal feel of the Keychron, more utilitarian, less showpiece. What really got me was the instant device switching. I hop between my Mac and iPad seamlessly, and Logitech software is a step above most. Easy macros, reliable connections, and the layout feels familiar for Mac users. Downsides, it's not fully Mac native, so a couple of Mac-specific shortcuts are missing. And the backlight isn't always on, even plugged in. That's annoying for late night work. Still, for productivity, it's a champion. Verdict: perfect for office pros, coders, and anyone who wants fuss-free, comfortable typing across multiple devices. Between these two, if I had $200, I'd buy the Keychron Q1 Pro for its unmatched build quality, custom feel, and true Mac compatibility. Right guys, thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you pick the best keyboards for Mac for you. If you have any questions, drop a comment below. Links to all of these products mentioned in this video will be in the description. Alright, peace out.